That was a great interview, Jeff. Now finally, where can I find your website?
I don't have a website.
What?
I just never got around to making one.
You know what? I can't take you seriously with an attitude like that. I am extremely disappointed in you. To not have a website is irresponsible, lazy, you lack ambition. I mean, where's the vision?
Don't be like Jeff. Be responsible. Get out there and shine with a beautiful website by Web Orchard, where they will take care of all of your website needs. Go to theweborchard.com right now and get a beautiful website you deserve.
You know what? Get out.
Hey guys, and welcome to this bonus episode of the Shrewsbury Biscuit podcast. I'm Alex Whiteley, and today's episode is coming to you from the Shrewsbury Town Football Club Open Day. It's amazing to be invited to a place like this. I'm really happy because I love this club. I really do genuinely love Shrewsbury Town. It's explained many times across this podcast as to why. But it's one that I didn't think was going to happen in a weird way, because I like to keep like the biscuit and the things I love in my personal life sort of separate. The football thing is one thing I enjoy with my family, and then the biscuit is thing I do on the side. And this is like the coming together, the merging of the two things that exist. It's quite cool. This is a fun episode where we set up in Smithy's bar. We spoke to players of the men's and the women's team. They're walking around, and staff members from the men's and the women's team as well. It's really cool. And I want to say thank you to Liam Dooley and to Joe Masi as well from the club for inviting me along. This is me in my element. This is what I do best, speaking to people about their passions and about what drives them, and also about the universe surrounding them. So this is me doing what I love, and I'm so happy to share it with you. So, make sure you stick around after this podcast. I've got a bit of an outro, talk about some bits of content that are coming out and things that are coming up too. So, here is our episode at the Shrewsbury Town Football Club Open Day. Hope you enjoy it. Thing. So I've got a co-host with me today, and we're coming to you from Shrewsbury Town Football Club. We're at Smithy's bar. It's the open day today. We've been invited to set up some microphones to speak to some of the players, some of the staff, and maybe some of the people that are here, finding out what they're looking forward to. And I appreciate this is going to be a football-based show, but there's lots about this that I feel is important in everyday sort of life, especially with what the club do with the charity, the foundation, and what it means to the town. So Timmy is my co-host today. Hello.
Hello.
Hi. And we're going to do a good bit of interviewing today. You got some questions to ask the players today. Do you remember your questions?
Yes.
Do you want to ask them me, see if I can answer them?
Yeah.
Okay, right.
So, apart from Shrewsbury, what is your favourite team ever?
Oh, that's a difficult one. Oh, because I do love Shrewsbury because of what it means to me, being welcome in a community. But I grew up supporting in Chelsea.
Okay.
But I don't really like that anymore because there's lots of money, and it's not, in my eyes, it's not real football when you pay hundreds of millions every season to bring in players. But yeah, next question.
And apart from
No.
Who is your favourite player that plays in your position but not you?
Okay, of all time. I don't have a position. I've got to say John Motson, because he's a commentator. I don't play football, I'm a commentator. One of my favourite players of all time, Frank Lampard. What about you? What's your favourite player of all time? That isn't Shrewsbury. We'll put the Shrewsbury guys to one side for 1 second, just to spare any bushes.
So, who's my favourite
player
that's in my position?
What's your position? What do you like to play?
Central attacking midfield.
You're a cam, okay. And who's your favourite cam?
Pele. Give
Pele?
respect to him.
Respect to Pele. I love that. And apart from Shrewsbury, what's your favourite town? The team.
I'm going to say
Da-da.
Real Madrid.
Real Madrid. Mama's just gone. Kaz, my wife, she doesn't like to come on the podcast. She's amazing. She helped me set up today. But she's like in the background going, Liverpool. Yeah, okay. That's fair enough.
Because Bellingham.
Because of Bellingham. Okay, so you support the player.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll send your Liverpool kit back then.
No.
We'll get a refund on that. So we managed to find our first player. Would you like to introduce yourself to our listeners?
Yeah, so it's Megan Joseph, and I play number 15 for Town. This is my second season, so yeah, looking forward to. We got a pre-season game this afternoon, and
How was last season for you? Did you enjoy it?
yeah, we did. Thanks. Yeah, I think as a group we sort of came together as time went on, and things build, and just planning to build on. Still going into this season, I think everyone was a bit disappointed we didn't finish higher in the league, but there were some great things like the County Cup that came of it, and so just plenty of energy and motivation going into this year.
Just to be part of a good unit as well, I guess. Imagine it's really good for you guys going forward.
Exactly, yeah. I think, the coaching staff are fantastic. The directors are brilliant, and players, we have got quite a new squad this year coming in. We've had some players leave, and 6 or 7 new players. So I think, like you said, being a unit is really important, and getting the time in training and socialising as well to bring us together.
And speaking of training, how's pre-season been for you? Have you been working hard?
Trying to. We've had a good start to pre-season. I think now there's a bit more structure going into it. We've had a few more team meetings and looking at planning how we're going to build now over the next month, because our season starts a bit later than the lads. We don't actually start till beginning of September. So we got a pre-season fixture today actually against Worcester, 3 o'clock kick-off. So
yes.
Obviously they got promoted from our league last season, so it'll be not revenge exactly, but
the Shrewsbury guys did it against Derby yesterday, so you guys can do it against Worcester.
Exactly, yeah.
It's just a thing. I'm really proud of the community, how it comes together with the team, as we can see today. Everybody's out, everybody's enjoying it. What does that do for you guys as a team? As an individual, seeing so many people out there, representing the club?
Yeah, I think it's really important, like you said, that everyone comes together. I think there's people more getting recognised. There's more interaction with the fans, which is really important. And our directors, particularly last season, have worked really, really hard in the community with different schools, with different youth teams, to try and get more interaction and to introduce them, to women's sport in general, really, and just to know that we're there, and to create more of, like you said, a community between ourselves has been really important.
And Timmy, you've got a couple of questions you want to ask the player today, haven't you?
Yeah. So the first one is, apart from Shrewsbury, what is your favourite team ever?
Oh, good question. Well, since I've been little, I have always been a Man United fan, I think.
Well, just end the interview now then. Okay. We can't do that today. We can't judge today. Man United,
it is just a prehistoric family thing, to be honest. So I used to watch my granddad, now my dad, so we've got to Old Trafford now and again together, which is nice.
There are a few legends come through the ranks there.
Yeah, I'd have to say that. What about you?
Well, my favourite is either Real Madrid or Liverpool.
Oh, okay.
Big Bellingham fan. He likes Bellingham, so he's gone to Real Madrid.
So you enjoyed watching the Euros as well?
Yeah.
Nice.
I actually thought that England were going to win.
So did I. We were so close. But maybe the Women's Euros is next year, 2025, so we'll be keeping an eye out for
another one for the Lionesses, for sure. Yeah.
So.
Fingers crossed. You got another question, haven't you? What was your one?
Yeah. And the second one is, apart from yourself, which player in your position is your favourite?
Good question. Well, in my team last year, there was a couple of players, probably Leanne and Tony, that played centre-back consistently, and I think they did an absolutely fantastic job, so I'd have to give a shout-out to those two particularly.
Brilliant. Well, listen, thank you so much for chatting to us today.
No, thanks.
Have you got any messages for the fans or for anybody? Have you got any messages that you want to send out there?
Just thank you very much for continuing to support us, and I think we are noticing more players, more support on the side of the pitch, and we do hear you, we do appreciate you, and we want to keep building the relationships that we have, and hopefully going into next season, just like I said, up the interaction, and just thanks very much for the continued support.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for chatting to us today. I hope you enjoyed today.
Cheers. Take care.
I'm going to look for later as well for the match. And we found John Marquis. Thank you for joining us on the club, on the show, and welcome to the club.
Thank you very much. Yeah, it's nice to have a little chat with you and see what you've got going on here. So nice
talk us to about your career. What sort of some of the highlights that you've had of the career that when you think about your top three, what are the things that you think about?
Before we put me on the spot there.
Yeah, that's a hard one.
Probably, I've got a few. I'd say first career hat trick. Obviously remember that. Scored a 97th minute winner to send us to Wembley in the semi-final of the Johnson's Patent Trophy while I was at Portsmouth. And promotions, really. I've had a few promotions, so obviously the combination of that whole season rolled into the final part where you then get promoted, and sort of my first season for Doncaster where we got promoted, and I got League 2 Player of the Year, Team of the Year, all of them sort of accolades. It was just like a really memorable season for me, so I say them moments really stick out.
And what's like when you come to a new club? What are like the deciding factors for you? Like, so you decide to join Shrewsbury. What kind of gets it over the line for you?
Well, everyone's different, I suppose, and different people have different ideas and motivation. But for me, I haven't really played as much as I would have liked to the last couple of years. So not as young as I used to be, and I've probably still got a fair few more years left in me. But I just want to get back to enjoying my football and playing as much as I can, and after speaking to the manager and seeing what the club's plan on doing and how my personal ambition and what I want to achieve lines up with what we're trying to do here, it just seems like a good fit. So as I say, some people have different views of what they want at certain points in their career, but I feel like this is a really good place for me at this point. So after the conversations I had with the manager, and as he probably done with me, you speak to players that have worked for the manager, and he seems to be one of them people that I can work well for.
We were at the Derby game yesterday, weren't we, Timmy? And you look like you were having fun out there. You look like a good game. Like you guys had the performance was phenomenal. You look like you guys are really sort of gelled as a unit, as a team. Yeah,
obviously it's still very early days, and there's been quite a few new players come in, and anticipate there'll probably be a few more as well. So pre-season's mainly about fitness and building relationships with the new players, joining the group with the existing ones, and for us, where we've got quite a few new players, that them just learning about each other and working out what's good and what's not so good with each other. So and obviously results are important. Even in pre-season, it's good for confidence. It's a good habit to have winning. So the fact we come out on the right end of a good performance with a good result as well against someone who went up as second best team in League One last year and going to be playing in the Championship next season, it's good. But again, we can't get too carried away, and there's a lot of hard work still to do.
How do you mentally prepare yourself to join a new team as part of the pre-season? Because I imagine there are teams where you've been part of the unit for a while and you do the pre-season and you know what's going on. You come to Shrewsbury, you don't quite know the setup. How do you prepare yourself for that?
I think you have the conversations with the manager and people before you sign, but as silly as it sounds, every pre-season's hard. It's built to be hard. You have your rest in the summer, you recharge mentally and physically, and then I think you just get excited. Obviously, I was out of contract and went sort of 2 weeks over. People would come back, and it was about 10 days, 2 weeks before I actually signed here. So you see everyone going back and getting involved in the running, and as much as it's hard and it's a grueling brought in time in terms of the runs and
pays off in the end, though, right?
Yeah, it pays you back in the long run. So I was actually at home a little bit, getting a bit itchy feet, going, I just need to make sure I find the right one and the right fit. And as I say, after I spoke to the manager, it was an easy decision for me.
Timmy's got a couple of questions for you, haven't you?
Yeah. So the first question is, apart from Shrewsbury, what team is your favourite?
Oh, what that I've played for, or that
you support?
Oh, who do I support? Well, this is going to sound strange. I don't actually support a football team. I grew up in London. I went to quite a few. Millwall was probably the main team that I went and watched with my friends, because a lot of them were Millwall fans, but I also went to a few Crystal Palace games, and to be honest, I couldn't really decide. But when I was younger, my favourite player was Alan Shearer, so I did like watching Newcastle as well when he was playing.
I feel like you were Bellingham. You like Real Madrid, don't you? Because Bellingham's playing there.
Yeah.
So sometimes you get a bit attached to a certain player rather than a certain team. But yeah, Alan Shearer and Teddy Sheringham were two that I really liked watching growing up. So yeah.
And then you have a question finally?
My second question is, apart from yourself, who's your favourite player that plays in your position, like in different
Who's the
teams?
best striker? So over the years, there's been some really good strikers. As I say, Alan Shearer was a big sort of role model
Like Shearer, didn't you?
For me growing up. I really liked the way that he played, and I've based a lot of my game on how he played. I'd say in recent years it's hard to look past Harry Kane with his goal scoring record. I think he's done unbelievably well, and obviously captain of England and stuff like that. So
for club, he's like a beast, isn't he? Absolutely.
Yeah, he's done unbelievably well. He's just, all he's missing really is a sort of a team trophy in his cabinet, and he's probably done as much. I think if he stayed at Tottenham, he would have broke Alan Shearer's record of most goals in the Premier League, but he's tried a new challenge and gone over to Germany, so I'm sure he will win trophies when he goes there.
Destroyed the Bundesliga, didn't he? Really?
Yeah,
he's just absolutely
40 goals again or whatever, and done well. Fun fact, he actually come on loan to Millwall when I was there when I was younger, so
wow.
I actually played with Harry for a little bit, and he's gone on to do amazing things in his own career. So
brilliant. Well, listen, thank you so much for chatting to us today. I hope you have a fantastic season here in Shrewsbury, and I hope the community makes you feel welcome.
Yeah, thank you very much. As I say, very nice of you to allow me to come on and speak a few words with you, and hopefully we can catch up again a bit further down the line.
Well, we're season ticket holders, so we'll see you in the stands. Yeah.
Perfect, no problem. Cheers. Thank you very much.
Cheers. The Manchester Fan CEO, Liam Dooley, how are you? You all right?
Yeah, really good, thank you. Busy, I would say, at the moment. Very, very busy running around trying to cool down. That's why I've come inside and found you guys.
It's a nice, hot, busy day now, and this has taken a long time to plan, of course. It's been a while to get together.
I think it's something that we've really been passionate about, is a community engagement, and something like this is brilliant, especially at the start of the season when we can get access to the players as much as we can. It's a lot of work going in by a lot of people, particularly Pauline, our fan engagement officer, who's pulled lots of strings to make this happen. We wanted to make it bigger and better than last year, and we think so far that we've done that.
I'm imagining I'm going to find Paul Hurst walking around going, why are they not running? Why are they not sprinting up and down? Because he's been working them hard, hasn't he?
I think the biggest thing at the moment is we've got 2 ice cream vans on site, so I'm just trying to make sure that no one's going off plan with the food, but bouncing castles are off limits for players today as well.
I saw Tommy eating some ice cream.
Oh, don't you be grassing.
Tommy
That's rule number 1, you can't be doing that.
Okay, so if
you'll not be allowed back on if you start grassing on players.
I've got a note here for Tommy Bloxham. I'm going to note that Timmy's snitching on him. What I've got to ask you though is, are you good at jigsaws? Because you joined the club at a real kind of hard moment last season. Like, it's not been an easy ride for you guys, has it? You know, to take something that was as it was and make it what it looks like now must have been quite a task for you guys.
Hopefully, but I think we can't skirt past the fact that for 28 years while the chairman's been here, the club's gone in an unbelievable journey from where it was. I mean,
looking around here, you see these accolades around Smithy's bar. You know, history.
And I think from my perspective, it was coming in, and the chairman knew that. He wanted to get the message out there that we are for the community, that we do want to communicate with fans, that we do want to join back up where some people weren't as engaged with the club as they previously had been. Part of my job was to try and get that, and we've not 100% succeeded there, but we think that we're on the right track.
I think you have, though, because I feel like people can see you guys making the effort, and that's what it means. I'm a highly positive person. Like I'm never going to be sort of like my wife's like making faces in the background when it comes to the club. So the way I explain my love for this club, I grew up in Wrexham as the English kid in school, right? So I couldn't go to the Wrexham games, right? And I talk about Wrexham as a love-hate relationship for me. It's a weird one, and I watch Welcome to Wrexham. It's weird, but Jamie Edwards gave me a ticket for something we did with the Biscuit. He was like, come and join in the game. And we went in, and the atmosphere just grabbed us as a family. And now we're season ticket holders. I love it. I love being a part of it. It's the community that I love. So whether we win or lose, I'm part of that. And I think like you reaching out to the community and welcoming them in has kind of solidified that for me personally.
Well, I'm pleased that you feel like that, and that the club's had that effect on you and your family. Obviously, I can see you both sat here now smiling away, but from our perspective, that's why things are important. Like we brought back the free season tickets for under 8s this year, because we thought it's a way of getting the next generation to come along. It wasn't that much more beforehand, but it's just a perception that we want people to see this as a great way for a family day out, not just a football, win or lose. You can come, you can have a good time. You'll see other kids of the own age that you're bringing with you that will then want to come to the games. And I mean, there's a study out, I can't remember exactly where it was from, but the thing that 7-year-old kids want to see at football matches is other 7-year-old kids. We've got to find a way of doing that and making it happen. We've got lots more plans through the SLOs, who do a fantastic job, through Pauline as our fan engagement officer, to make some really good strides with that this forward and make it even more welcoming and inclusive than what that you walked into and thankfully became a Salop fan and not a Wrexham fan.
That was very derogatory. I'm very sorry, Wrexham, but that was a laugh. I was just saying you're joking, right? Because it wasn't easy. I feel like running a club has got to be a 24/7, especially for yourself. It's a 24/7 job. You're always going, even off season. You're looking for new initiatives, new ways to bring the club forward. But when you start a new season, that is like the pivotal moment, building up to that. How do you prepare yourself personally for that task, bringing in a new season?
I think if you ask the player that question, I'm the manager and myself, different times you get a different answer. Mine's, we kind of, in the business side, we don't really ever switch off. I mean, I've come back from a flight from Italy this morning, landed early hours in the morning, I'm here now. And during that week, the entire time you sat there, you're on your phone, you're speaking to the director of football, you're speaking to the chairman, you're speaking to the commercial team, you're constantly working. You've got an event like this, people are running around doing loads of work for you, but you get nervous that you don't know what's happening. So you're always at work, but I love that. And I think to do my role at a club, in particularly, you need to live, breathe, eat, sleep, drink it, and it is an all-consuming role, but you've got to want to do it, because the amount of people that would want to do your job, you've got to make sure that you're working harder than what they would do if they were in your role. So it doesn't really stop, but the exciting part is the new season. We have done really well so far in the friendlies. We've got to keep that going, and hopefully the lads are here today. They're having a good time, but they're back in. The fact that they're here now after the game yesterday, I think, is testament to them.
Smiles on their faces as well after the results.
Definitely, and it's the most exciting time for anyone. That's why we're all in football. We want a match day. That's where the buzz is. We want to win football matches, and if you can't play sport, this is the next best part, is supporting it and getting behind the lads, really.
Well, I was going to ask you what's the best part of your job, but I think you just illustrated it there.
Match day, 100% match day, and even as a non-player, the buzz that you get, not just from the staff but from every supporter that you speak to, you see the players, you're in and around that, it's magic, and that's the best bit for me. Is you just have to keep remembering that match day experience is brilliant.
Is there something that, since you started here, that you've brought in has become a success, and you can sort of sit back and go, I did that? Is there anything that you've brought in?
I mean, there'll be people that tell you that I'm way too arrogant for my own good already, but no, I don't think so. I think the biggest thing that I wanted to do was improve the communication with the football club and the fans. We said that day one, and I think we're proving that we're doing it every day. Yeah. I mean, we're sat here doing a podcast off the cuff. We just called me outside, and we're not scared to say what we're doing. We've got a plan, and that having as many touch points as we can through business advisory groups, through fan engagement groups, through youth voice groups, through any particular set of fans that we can align with and talk to, we want to. We've got the Supporters Parliament coming up. I think it's next week. I said just got back off my holiday, so I couldn't tell you. I think it's next week. That's the thing that we're most proud of. It's
absolutely mad for me personally, because I always wanted to keep the Biscuit here and my love for the club here, because on one side, because I didn't want to, because I'm part of the supporters panel as well now.
Yep.
We meet up and we have some really good conversations. But I didn't ever want people to be like, he's only here because he's the Biscuit guy. Do you know what I mean? Like, I genuinely love the club. Do you know what I mean? And I'm so glad I'm here today with the Biscuit, because I feel like I can't help but shout about it. Do you know what I mean? Like it's like a natural thing to me, want to talk about how positive this thing makes me feel.
What I would say is it's a thank you to everybody who comes to those meetings and does help us shape decisions, because we've opened it up to absolutely every supporter now, so that we didn't have the thing of, it's just the same people, but the people that do come to those give us valuable feedback, and we do listen and we do act on it. And this particular day, so far, I'm touching wood as I say it, seems to be going really well, and a lot of that is down to the ideas and things that were suggested by fans on those panel meetings. So it's a thank you to everybody that's on them, and if people are listening who are not, you're always welcome and your ideas will always be taken on board.
Brilliant, and you're really good on them as well. You're very kind of diplomatic, let everyone speak, and that's really good to see.
That's because you can just see my face, really, my feet are pedalling like mad.
Timmy, you've got a couple of questions. We can try and form them in a way that Liam can answer. So your first question is?
So, apart from Shrewsbury, what team do you support?
I am a Sheffield Wednesday. Well, I was a Sheffield Wednesday supporter, should I say. I went to watch Wednesday with my dad. It's a massive part of my family all my life. But since you come to Shrewsbury, all you think about is Shrewsbury Town. You think you'll never change, but it's amazing. I couldn't even tell you who Wednesday have signed this summer, because you spend all your time working on the club that you love and that I love.
That's nice. That's a good answer. Got your next question? I guess we could just form as an open question. As in, because you're not a player, who's your favourite player? And
like, who's your favourite player in like the whole world?
We've been asking players, apart from yourself, who's a player that you like that plays in the same position as you, because you're not a player? Who's your favourite player?
As I would say, just again going back to Sheffield Wednesday thing, I've watched Barry Bannon for a lot of years as being Wednesday's best player. Took us to some really good places. He's a good guy as well and a good captain. So I would say Barry Bannon in that position, because I'm a Sheffield Wednesday fan.
He's a football manager legend. Like, you play football manager, you'd always go for him because he'd always blossom as a player. I remember that back in the day.
It's crazy. I used to play, when it was Champ Man, and then it became football manager all the time as a kid. And then you realise that when you get older, you're sort of doing it as your job, and you go, this is a bit crazy. And sometimes I wish I still had that knowledge that I had a football manager when I was about 12 years old. Yeah. Now, because when you spend 18 hours a day of playing that and telling your mum and dad that you weren't really playing on it, but you're turning your computer off at night and just the screen, that kind of thing shows the passion for it. But
and you find your days thinking, I wish it was just as easy as football manager.
The problem is here, you can't do the thing where you lose a game and turn it off before you've saved it and do it again. That's the difference in real life.
And then you've got 1,000 fans like screaming at you on Facebook and stuff.
That's it. That's why I don't have social media.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't want to be as negative as to say, do you hide away from the comments, but I guess it's worthy. It's like, it is one of those things that you kind of you can't be a part of, I suppose, because it's just.
I think it goes back to what I said before on communication. Is you can't take the good stuff if you're not going to listen to the bad stuff as well. So my thing is you've got to listen to it, and the good thing is our fans are usually, even when they're negative, there's normally a constructive angle in there somewhere, and the communication goes both ways. There's been plenty of times so far we've seen something that we don't particularly agree with, so I'd pick up the phone and say, can we have a chat about it? Because usually when you have a conversation, people are a little bit more aggressive online. When you speak to them on the phone or in person, you can have a normal adult conversation, and you usually find a way around it, and that's something that we've been trying to do each time. You can't do it to every comment, and if something's just rude, you're not going to. But if something's said with a positive or a constructive element baked in, we'll always try and get to the bottom of the problem and try and make it better.
Well, I think you guys are doing an amazing job, really. Genuinely, there's a really nice feel. We came to the Derby game yesterday. There's just a nice feel about it. Do you know what I mean? I guess that's, I don't know if it's a normal thing. It's only our third season as sort of Shrewsbury fans, so I don't know if that's a normal thing or if it's just an Alex thing. I don't know, but I think you guys are doing a great job.
No,
actually.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me today.
Yeah, brilliant. Thank you. Feeney, how are you, sir? You good?
I'm not bad. Yeah, how's yourself?
Oh, good. Yeah. How has pre-season been for you? Because you guys are looking slick at the moment.
It's been tough. It's been really tough. I think the lads touched on it earlier. It's been one of the toughest I think most of us have done in our careers. But I think that'll bode well for us later on in the year when you need that level of fitness, and especially late on in games, when how many games are won late on in games. So hopefully that can be us this year, where we got that level of fitness. But no, it's good, and I think the pre-season games have been positive. There's still a lot to improve on, which we know, but I think there's been improvement there that it's clear to see. So hopefully we can keep that going.
You guys seem to have really come together as a unit. Do you think that's down to the gaffer and the way he's beating you guys, making sure you guys are fit enough, or do you think or is there something else you guys are doing to come together as a team?
Yeah, I think a mixture of both, because we've got a really tight group at the minute. All the new lads have come in, they're all good lads, really good lads. So the group's really tight at the minute and close knit, so which is good. But like you say, the gaffer demands stuff like that anyway. He demands a close group and demands a lot of us on the field as well, which is good. So I think both, a mixture of both bodes well, and I think hopefully as the season goes on you'll see that.
You guys were in the trenches last season towards the end. I mean, I'm all about positivity. I've spoken to Liam Dooley today about how I love just being a part of this community. It doesn't matter whether we win or lose. But you guys seem to you went through it all last season. Is there a sigh of relief getting through that? And how do you prepare yourself for the season after that?
Yeah, no, it was tough for the players, it was tough for the fans as well, it was tough for the club. But it very quickly became that our target was to stay in the league, which is not where we set out at the start of the year. But that's just how it panned out, unfortunately. But we battled hard towards the end, and it wasn't easy for anyone. But we got over the line, which was credit to the group at the time, because there's a lot of teams at the bottom battling. But I think this season it's more like just fresh start and go again. And I think at the minute there's a big confidence in it, a big level of confidence in the group, where we feel like we can go out there and match up against anyone at the minute. Which
you played ticky-tacky football against Derby yesterday. You were bossing them around the field. It's really good.
Yeah. I mean, credit to the gaffer and Doigie and Pash, and the staff for giving us patterns of play, to go through to give us the best opportunity to score a goal, basically. Because that's, at the end of the day, that's what the main aim is, to score. So they work so hard off the pitch to give us them patterns and give us them opportunities to play, and the best ways to do that. So hopefully, like you say, it looks pretty on the eye, but we're just aiming to get it right and get at teams as best we can, and as
that's
efficiently.
That's pre-season coming out. You can see the benefits of the pre-season there, I guess.
Yeah.
You've done all that hard work, and now it's paying off.
Yeah, absolutely. Like as you say, the hard runs that the first couple of weeks, and we're still doing it. The hard runs that you do, and the tough sort of graft that you'd have to do. Hopefully, you can see that, and I think each game we've played so far, you can see us getting a little bit fitter. And again, hopefully, as the season goes on, that will pay dividends.
And Timmy, you've been enjoying today, haven't you? Walking around, getting signatures from all the players. He's absolutely Shrewsbury mad. You've had a fun day so far, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. What do these days mean for you guys, the players? Is this something you've done before? Other clubs go around and speak to people? Does it really help you?
Not particularly. I have done similar, but not on a set day like this, where today's great, where it's got loads of little different things for everyone to do. But you know what? It's so nice to see people actually appreciating. You sign something for someone and how much they appreciate it. It's so nice and rewarding, if you like, where it shows how much the club means to people, and it gives you that connection straight away, doesn't it? Where, especially if you're a new lad coming to the club, it shows you just how much the fans care. And
well, we just spoke to John Marquis, and he was like, he felt welcome in the community. And Timmy, you got a safe off George Nurse, didn't you, last week? He was like, I'm never washing my hands again.
Quality.
Well, you've got a couple of questions, haven't you, that you want to ask? Yeah.
Yeah. So, apart from Shrewsbury, what's your favourite team?
Well, I'm an Everton fan, so I'd have to say Everton, because I've been I was a season ticket holder all as a kid, so all my family are Everton fans and that. So
are you excited for the new stadium and everything that's
to be fair, it's obviously the last year, so hopefully there's a few Sunday games I can get to go to last season in Goodison. But hopefully it's exciting times for Everton as well, with the new stadium. And
it's going to be good. It's going to be really, really good. As a Premier League neutral, I love just enjoying the football, and Everton have always been those teams that they can go up against anybody, can't they? And just
I mean, obviously when I was growing up, there was no money in Everton. There was no, like there is now, the big owners and that. So it was always graft and go up against the big teams, heart, and the fans fed into that and the players fed into that, and it was great. And obviously the last few years there's a bit of money in that involved, and so hopefully it's a new start for Everton and we can go again and
positivity.
Kick on, yeah.
You got another question, haven't you?
Yeah. So who's your favourite player that, apart from you, that plays in your position?
Oh, current in the world now.
Any time, all time, plays in your set.
So what? I used to watch a lot of like YouTube videos of Maldini and that when I was a kid. I just loved defending and that. I love the Italian defending and Nesta, players like that. But probably like your John Terry's going up in the Premier League. He was tough, wasn't he? He got stuck in. Like your Vidic, Nemanja Vidic, players like that. Where
Desailly was one of my favorites.
Oh yeah, quite class. Yeah, class. But
there's like an art to it. Like,
yeah.
But Vidic was a good one as well.
Vidic was just a tough warrior. I just remember watching him thinking he just put his head where it hurts and gets stuck in. So yeah, players like that, solid.
Great. Well, listen, have a great day today. Thank you so much for chatting to us, we wish you the best of luck for the coming season.
Yeah, hopefully it's a good one.
Have you got any messages for anybody that you want to?
No, just like hopefully keep coming out and supporting us, and hopefully we have a better year than last year. And
no, but I feel like I can't say enough that the fight that you guys gave, like I hope I get him today, but Jordan Shipley, that scene for me where he's all the fans are going mad, they're throwing bottles, and he's going, we'll get better. That passion, for me, I think that is what you need. You need that fight. I think the fact that you guys stayed up in the way you did is almost like a victory.
Yeah, like
we need that fight.
The thing that, like, obviously what the fans don't see, like we cared so much off the pitch. You come in on a Monday and we're like going through the games and stuff, and it was, it was hurting. It really was hurting us, and like it's almost hard for that to come across sometimes when you're in a little bit of a tough spell. But so the lads really did dig deep last year to stay up, and
that's what I'm saying. That fight it meant a lot to a lot of the fans. I think it really did. So, well, anyway, thanks for chatting to us today.
Yeah, no problem.
Have a good day.
Thanks. No worries.
We found the women's head coach. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah, hi, my name's Darel. Taken over at the beginning of this season. Looking forward to getting going, really.
Yeah, today's nice, isn't it?
It's brilliant. What an occasion. It's great to see so many people just enjoying the area, the football club, and it's fantastic for our players to get that recognition that they deserve, but put us on the map a little bit. But it's really good to see. It's great to see so many youngsters getting involved and enjoying the activities that are happening.
You guys got a friendly later against Worcester. How preparations going for that?
Yeah, so they're just going off to get lunch, actually. I'm just walking around making sure they're all hydrated and getting their pre-match. But no, it should be a good game. Worcester were promoted from the division that we're currently in last season, so they're familiar to us, but it'll be a good one. It'll be a good test at this point. Nice opportunity for the new girls to come in and to take a claim. Yeah,
pre-season is not easy, and it's meant to be that way. What's it been like for the ladies' teams? Have you guys been really drilling them and getting them ready?
I think it's about balance. It's about making sure that they're physically prepared, but also they need to learn about me and I need to learn about them and build those relationships. So that's been really important for me in this early part, is getting to know them as players, and we'll start to ramp it up towards the season. I think we've managed to put in games that are really competitive. There doesn't look like an easy game, for want of a better phrase, on the calendar in pre-season, which is exactly what I wanted. It's what I asked for. So that every single week the girls are going to have to step it up another level, and I think that will be a good test for them going forward.
As a head coach, how many working parts are there sort of around you, and how much pressure is on you to sort of get it right? Is it hard?
Yeah, I mean, we do have a great staff team around us, so assistant coaches and analysts and goalkeeper coaches, and obviously the directors are brilliant and they're pulling everything in. But ultimately, in a good way, and the buck stops with me, and I know what the job is and I know what the task is, and I'm looking forward to it. And as I said to the girls, it's a famous quote, but the pressure is a privilege. You want to be in those positions. That's if you want to push on anyone, in whatever walk of life you're in, you want to be in the opportunities to make a name for yourself and make a name for other people.
Well, to be a professional in football is kind of like slim pickings. There's only so many roles in that position. I was talking to Timmy, who was talking about he wants to be a professional footballer, and I was like, yeah, I mean, if that's what you want to do, but you've got to really work for it, because those positions are like winning the lottery, isn't it? You know,
absolutely.
So when you're in it, you've got to make the most of what you've got, I guess. And you know, the pressure's on there. How do you sort of focus away from the job to sort of recharge your batteries? Because obviously, like you talk about that pressure, you've got to come into work and be passionate.
The day job for me is I'm a teacher, so I'm fortunate enough to work with young people, and I think I get a lot of reward out of that. And then away from football and away from work completely, I'm a wife, I'm a mum, and you know, that's, you know, it's great. My 4-year-old will be in today later on and enjoying what's going on, but in terms of real free time, absolutely love heading to the coast, run my dogs on the coast, on the beach, and just chill out with friends.
Yeah, it's really, you need to recharge. You need to do those. I think sometimes you need to be a bit selfish and sort of like switch off. This is a me time now.
Yeah,
okay,
100%.
guys. Well, listen, I wish you the best of luck for the coming season, and good luck for the game today.
Appreciate that.
Have you got any messages for any of the staff, friends, family coming forward into the?
Just, you know, I said it in my initial interview that I did with the football club. Just come along for the ride, because it's going to be a tough season. But I think if people give us the time and engage in us and have a look at what we're doing, I think actually they'll enjoy that and they'll be fans forever.
You guys are amazing, and I wish you the best of luck. Thank you so much for chatting.
Cheers.
So we've been doing interviews with all the players today, what we can find. Would you like to introduce yourselves to our listeners?
Yes, my name's Vikki. I play for the women's team.
And yourself?
I'm Jordan Shipley, and I play for the men's team.
You certainly do. You guys are playing Worcester later. How's preparation going for today's match?
We are, kick off at 3:00. So everybody who wants to, please come down and support us. Preparation's going really well. It's really nice to see so many people here around the ground. We're trying to stay hydrated because it's a beautiful day out.
It's very warm.
We're all going to go and get some food on board, I think, now. And then, prepare well for the game.
It's a friendly, obviously, pre-season friendly. Are you looking forward to new season? And what's preparation for the season as a whole been? Pre-season, you know?
Yeah, really good. So we've only had one pre-season game so far. Today's going to be our second pre-season game. I think we've got a few more lined up. Our season doesn't start until September. We're doing really well. We've got a lot of new players come on board. So we're really building our kind of profile on last year.
Still quite early on, and yet you've got quite a bit to go. So that's exciting. Yeah. Speaking about exciting, this season for the guys team has been like, we went at the Derby game yesterday, and it seems like a breath of fresh air. It's like almost like a spring dawning. Like it's an exciting time for you guys. You guys are looking slick.
Yeah, well, I mean, you know, you look on. You're not meant to look on social media, but you look on social media and you see after the Brackley game, and it's like, oh, we're not sure what's going on and stuff like that. But I mean, we've just, as fairly new players in the group, and we're all getting to gel and getting to know each other. And you know, I think the last two performances, you can see that it's all starting to come together. Obviously, there's still a few things that we need to work on and stuff like that, but we're just ticking on one at a time. And you know, we're at Telford next Tuesday night, and hopefully get a good result there as well and keep progressing.
Very, very exciting, very encouraging. I was just talking to Morgan Feeney about the end of last season. He was almost apologetic about last season, and I was kind of like, I don't think an apology is warranted, because I feel like the fight and the one of my favourite things I saw of you last season was all the fans around throwing bottles, giving you guys grief, and you're going, we'll get better, and I could see the passion in you, and I feel like that is like a win. I feel like I need that sort of fight. I need someone to fight for that. And that is like a win to me. So the fact that you guys survived last season and we have this new, fresh, rejuvenated team, that is what we fight for, I think.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
And what are you excited about the new season? Is there anything new that's changed this season that you're encouraged by?
Well, I mean, this season, you know, you've seen the players that the Gaffer's brought in as well so far, and obviously there's a couple more probably still to come, but the quality of the players coming in is massive for us, and you know, we're looking to play football as well, you know, play out from the back. I know it does look a bit shaky sometimes, and you think...
Nah, you look like... honestly, you guys look like you're having fun.
Yeah.
You're knocking it around.
That's it, yeah. That is where we're getting to now, where it's like you move for your mate on the ball, and, you know, we're moving for each other, and the spaces open up. I mean, you saw it against Leicester, and you saw it against Derby.
Yeah.
Two really good teams, and we played out comfortably against them. So, you know... and it's going to carry on. It's going to continue. We're not always going to be perfect. We're going to make mistakes, but we've got to keep trusting ourselves and keep learning, and hopefully the results will come our way as well.
And football's not like it's a difficult sport. You guys are working hard all the time, but do you ever have to remind yourself sometimes this is fun? I do this because I play. What about yourself? I mean,
yeah, exactly that. So we're doing our best to make ourselves and the team more professional as women players. I've been at the club for kind of 7 years now, and the progression from where it was to where it is now is kind of day and night, which is amazing. And the reason it's like that is because of the coaches, the members of staff, the background team, but also the players pushing each other. So yeah, we want to go and have fun, but also we're trying to hold ourselves to the highest standards we can possible to get the results that we need to then move up.
And what do you guys do to keep it fresh? Keep it like what football's supposed to be,
Obviously, as a professional footballer, there's a lot of pressure, and there's a lot of you've got to be professional in some sort of way. But once you enter that pitch, it's kind of I feel like I play better when I'm more free. And I'm not thinking about the game, and I'm just having fun with it, as you say. So I think having fun playing out there, just playing the game you love and just enjoying it is the best way.
I can't imagine what it's like every time you do something out there in front of thousands of people screaming and shouting at you. I can't imagine what that's like. I mean, a lot of us. I mean, how do you prepare yourself for something like that, physically, mentally?
You kind of block it out, really. I mean, it kind of, once the ref blows a whistle, it's kind of just right. That's it. Obviously you hear the few murmurs here and there, and you can't help but react sometimes, but I mean it's all in a positive way. You all want to win games, we all want to do well, and no one wants to do anything negative or wrong. But you kind of block it out and just get on with football.
Timmy, you've got a couple of questions, haven't you? So do you want to?
Yeah, so the first question is, apart from Shrewsbury, what's your favourite team?
My favourite team growing up was Liverpool and Coventry.
Liverpool and Coventry, and yourself?
I didn't really have a team. I kind of followed everybody. Whoever was winning was the team that I followed.
I love that you're so honest about it.
I liked certain players instead of certain teams. So that was great.
Yeah, you like Real Madrid at the moment because yeah. Bellingham.
It's a good team.
But I also love Liverpool.
Liverpool. And then your second question?
My second question is, apart from yourself, who's your favourite player that plays in your position?
Of all time?
Favourite player of all time?
That plays in your position, yeah.
Oh, in my position.
What's your question?
Centre-back. There's a cogs turning now. This is one that throws people on the spot. We've had some very interesting answers, by the way.
I'd say for me, as I'm a midfielder, I can play even in the centre or the left. I'd say Steven Gerrard was my idol.
Someone that can drop back and attack. Yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
I'm stuck. I don't really
struggling.
have a favourite player in my position.
Yourself. There you go. You did say apart from yourself, but
yeah, apart from myself.
Morgan Feeney.
Morgan Feeney. That's a good choice. Well, listen, I'll let you guys go and enjoy today. Thank you so much for chatting to us, okay? And good luck for the season.
Thank you.
Thank you
very much.
So we'll be doing interviews with the players as they're coming round. Would you like to introduce yourselves to the listeners?
Yeah, I'm Mal Benning of obviously Shrewsbury Town FC.
Yeah, I'm a new player, new face. Toby Savin, goalkeeper.
Brilliant. Pre-season, how's it been for you guys? You guys are looking slick out there. You're looking fit and like.
Yeah, it's been like I said, I mentioned before at breakfast. It's been one of my toughest pre-seasons as a player. I think I've my 12th year, 13th year playing professionally, and I think this is up there with one of the toughest I've done. But at the end of the day, it's all the benefit for us as players. We're feeling good, so hopefully that can continue.
And yourself, Toby?
Yeah, it's been a bit of a strange one for me because I'm just coming back of an injury end of last season, so it's been a bit of a slow start. obviously only played my first game yesterday, but been building up slowly and feel good to go.
You're looking really good though. I mean, I saw you had the bands going before you went into the game, and is a desire there to get back out there and prove yourself and be,
100%. Yeah, it's been 10 months now since I've been out with 2 injuries, and it's just been building and building. Watching on when I was at Aki last season and even the games this season, that drive's just been building, and I'm just raring to go, and I just can't wait to get playing again, mate.
How have these guys been making you feel welcome?
Yeah, really good. Yeah, it's great set of lads to come into. Made you feel really welcome, and everyone involved, staff, the players, and loving it.
And Mal, I think I've got you down here. I was on my list. We've got to talk about the masks, the face masks. Everybody's wearing those face masks from Mal Belling. How's that feel to walk in and seeing everybody with those masks on?
It's been class, to be honest. Obviously, I think it was one of the last away games of the season last season. Maybe Charlton, I think, where I first did see it. But since then, they just kind of become popular, haven't they? So I'm grateful for the support at the end of the day. And that's why I love being at the club, because the supporters have been great with me. So I'm enjoying my football, so long may it continue. Amazing.
And you're both fairly new to the club. You came sort of halfway through the season last season. What gets you over the line for you to choose the club? What are the contributing factors to that's the club for me? What's up with you, Toby?
I think it's just a few things really. Sort of, I got told that. It was the league mainly for me. It's such a massive league with such massive teams in it. Really, the competition is massive, and I've played quite a few games from the age now in this league, and it's one of the highest sort of teams I've ever seen in it. So mainly the league.
It's going to be a tough one this season, obviously, with Wrexham coming up and Birmingham coming down. There's going to be lots of competition.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough one. But for myself personally, obviously I came in obviously from Port Vale at the start of last season. It was just obviously when I heard about the interest, obviously for me it was local to home, which was a main factor for me and my family. I've heard great things about the club from players that I know that are playing here, and when it came to my new contract, I enjoyed my football since the gaffer came in. The supporters have been great with me.
They got right behind you, haven't they?
Yeah, you know what I mean. And what I've seen of the club since I've been here in the past year or so, it's been immaculate. The training grounds, top class. The food, the chef, everyone just top class. Everyone's just nice people, genuine people. So that's why as soon as they offered me a contract, I didn't have no second thoughts about signing it.
So life is good in the Shire. I like that. That's great. Yeah. Timmy, you've got a couple of questions, haven't you, for these gents? Do you want to fire off your first one?
Yes. So the first one is, apart from Shrewsbury, what team is your favourite?
Mine is Liverpool. Most of my family have supported Liverpool since I was young, so I was being brought up supporting Liverpool. So that's my team.
It's a popular choice. And yourself, Toby?
Yeah, I'm probably Liverpool. Yeah, I grew up as a kid supporting Liverpool because it's obviously sort of close. I'm from Southport, which is about an hour from Liverpool, so that was sort of the nearest big club at the time. But yeah, probably to Liverpool as well.
Brilliant. And then your next question, Timmy?
My next question, which is the last question, is going to be, apart from yourself, who's your favourite player that plays in your position?
Ooh. Mine has always been Ashley Cole. Back when I was growing up watching football, I really enjoyed watching him play at left back.
And he was on the bench.
Last week. For Birmingham. Yeah, that's true. Actually, that's true.
Did you get to meet him? Say hello?
No, I didn't. To be honest, I didn't. I totally forgot to.
You got to be in warrior mode, like you're the enemy.
Yeah, exactly. That's the plan. Yeah, definitely.
And Toby, yourself?
Mine, growing up, was always probably Joe Hart, which might be a
good choice.
Very good choice. Yeah, always Joe Hart. I loved him. Especially in wearing the Shrewsbury shirt. So.
That's another contributing factor. Come to Shrewsbury. Well, listen, gents, thank you so much for chatting to us today, and good luck for the next season. You'll see us in Block 9 with season ticket holders.
Oh, wicked.
So you'll see us a lot, Toby. Good luck with it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Cheers, thanks. So there we go, our coverage of the open day at Shrewsbury Town Football Club. Of course, I want to say thank you to everybody that made this episode possible, to Joe Masi, to Liam Dooley, the guys in the supporters panel, And as well, the guys at Smithy's Bar, the staff there are a credit to that bar. They're really good guys and they made us feel comfortable. And also, everyone that spoke to us, there was a lot going on that day. Lots of people. The players were walking around. We had a route set around the stadium, out by the fan zone, Smithy's as well, the back of the stadium, the side of the stadium. It was just, there was stalls out there. There was bouncy castles. There was food. It was amazing. It was really good. So the fact that you guys managed to take yourselves away from that, come into the bar and then speak to me is truly remarkable. So thank you so much for doing that for us. Right, so of course this is a bonus episode. For a guy that's been out of season, I've been doing making a lot of content, and it's there for you guys to enjoy. The car series that we've been doing in partnership with Greenhouse Shrewsbury, that's on YouTube. I'm also going to release that as an audio only podcast, and I realise that's counter effective when it comes to looking at a car. But I've been asked, where's the audio podcast by people? So I will be releasing that as well. So we've got lots of bonus content. So go to YouTube if you want to see the cars and the car series. You can also listen to it via your podcast apps like you are now listening to this one. Got a special thank you as well, I want to say before I end this. I put a shout out to people for music for Season Charlie and for the car series. And I was inundated with musicians sending me music for me to use. Because, with the new format of the Shrewsbury Biscuit, it's not really new anymore, but I like to promote and show off music in Shropshire, musicians in Shropshire. So I change the intro music and I include music in different things. And that's basically just to show the listeners, the ones from around the world. I see you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. That Shropshire's got some amazing musicians. So if you sent music, if you got in contact and you guys know who you are, there's too many to name. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate you. And it's really easy to appreciate local music, isn't it, at the moment with Spotify and YouTube Music, Amazon Music, iTunes. Local bands are now releasing music into the wild that are in the same marketplace and same area as your big stars. You could be listening to some A-list stars and then you can have local bands in your playlist too, which does tend to happen with me. I'm very lucky. I get to speak to lots of local musicians that end up in my playlist because I do my research, and I'm happy with that. I love that so much. I like sampling music from the locality and throwing it into my life. It's really cool. Right, thank you so much for tuning in to this episode. Keep your eyes and ears peeled for the release of Season Charlie. It's coming soon. I might delay it for a week because I've been working super, super hard on content and I need a week off. So I might delay it for a week, but keep an eye on our social media. We're on Facebook, Instagram, we're on TikTok, lots of stuff going on. Just keep your eyes and ears out and you will see that Season Charlie is just around the corner. Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate every single one of you. Have a great summer. Peace out.